Good morning, my lovelies. It's Ronica, and today we're doing a first impressions of Finding the Soul Orb. Quick aside, I did play this a little bit a few days ago, but I kept sneezing into the recording. I didn't want to subject you to that, so we're starting a new game today. Chapter 1, Birth of the Soul Orb. It was a interesting game, interesting being a particularly loaded word here, but, you know, I thought we should play a video game together. It's not something we do much on this channel, we don't do video games much here, but I thought as a special treat. That was humour. So we're floating away from that big boat over there, I think that's our boat. And we're looking for something called the Soul Orb, if you... So weird that the boat is moving, but we are not. We are... The boat is doing its own thing. Cool. Excellent. Right, so here we are. Something to take note of there is that those rocks are levitating. Because that's what rocks do. You'll see quite a few little visual issues as we play this together. Oh, there's some birds. Right, and these... Oh, yeah, I forgot that happens there. We have to get up there, apparently. Now, these things here tell us a bit of a story. The High Wizard... I don't know, I can't read that word. I hate that word for some reason. I struggled to read it in the original recording, so I'm just going to call her Magica. Magica tripped her staff against a small slab of golden meteorite that lay on the bedrock table. Surrounding her were 11 other high wizards from throughout the kingdom. So she was popular. That's what we want to take away. One wizard stood out from the others. Why is this needed, he asked. The villagers can solve their own problems. Magica simply ignored him. Which, fair enough, yeah, ignored the downer. There would normally be a little demon statue in here. At least I think there would be. It's the other house. There's another house somewhere, but it's that one there. Yeah, there's a little demon statue in there that when you pick it up, you get a trophy. Yeah, there it is. See, hello. I thought you just didn't get them if you had to start the game again, like they were just gone. But fair enough. So we've now got a demon statue. I don't know what it does. It doesn't really seem to do anything. I think it's just a collectible for the sake of a collectible. Let's have a bit of story, shall we? Another wizard pulled him back. It's set in the stone. Now is not the time. But we have never had such peace in the land before, Marco replied. I'm assuming that's the name of the wizard who was being a dismal downer. This shall take away some of our power. Magica ignored the proceedings behind her. She held her staff in the air and walked around in circles. Okay. I'm liking that the actual story being told to us is not integrated into the game proper. It's just like, here, stand here, and we'll give you some story. There we got some music at last. You're going to see, like, some werewolves in a little bit, which, like... I won't spoil anything beyond that, but, you know. Step back, everyone, she commanded. The group obeyed, even the disobedient Marco. The golden meteorite lifted into the air, following the path of her staff. When it reached 2 yards, she held it to attention. It started spinning on its axis, getting faster and faster. Of course, a lot of that would be very hard to animate, so I'm pretty sure that's why they haven't done it. Let's go for this one. Look, we can't go through these because these are like solid. Let's have a look. She muttered a chant that became distant. Soon became distant, I should say. Hear ye, I command you to be the soul orb for a lifetime. The sun shone brightly in the sky above. The sun then lined up the exact path with the rotating meteorite. Close your eyes, she commanded. Okay. I'm already getting bored of reading those, to be honest, but... Look! I love that. It's like a theme park ride where it's just got like something waiting on a couple of pistons to just sort of move up as you pass it. There was this old SpongeBob movie game that when you did these levels where you were sliding down things, and occasionally like a monster would just pop up beside you, and it was funny. Everyone obeyed. The sun shot a sharp beam of light from its corona straight out into space, quickly entering Earth's atmosphere. It kept going. Magica held positive thoughts in her mind. If she had gotten the calculations incorrect, the experiment would fail. That's typically how experiments work. But the beam of light hit the rotating meteorites. The meteorite lit up in flames. Cool. Cool. I think if that was her goal, awesome. We do get a crossbow in a minute. Like, the big thing about this game is you use a crossbow to solve puzzles and kill things. Look, there's another one. It kind of looks like a reject Cenobite. Just, you know, not without any charm. What is this supposed to even be? Is it a demon? I mean, possible. I don't really know what's going on here. It's just a giant thing. But fair enough. We can push forward. Look, time for some more story. Plump. She carefully peered from between squinted eyes. Open your eyes, she demanded to her team. They all watched as the minerals within the meteorite were consumed by flames. Then the ball was one huge mass of flames. Oh, that's interesting. Marco was entranced, wondering what would happen next. So much energy. Could the village afford to send it away? I mean, maybe. It depends, really, doesn't it? Depends what you could use the energy for. This looks like a very medieval-looking place, so I don't think you could like hook the meteorite up to your TV and watch the Real Housewives of Goblin Cave. I don't know enough about reality TV. I know Real Housewives, and that's about it. And that's more of I know it through reputation, not like actual watching. I thought that was a vagina for a second. No, it's a feather and... Okay. Look, we've got a hand here that's just sort of like a lift. Look, birds! And some horses galloping as they do. You do have to hold a button to run, which is kind of annoying, but we'll do that. There we go, we've got past the first bit. Lucky us. It's not a very complicated game. It's very much a just walk forward, and when you get a crossbow, you'll occasionally shoot things. Oh look, another bit of story. Let's have a read, shall we? He didn't think so. He raised his staff into the air. A large stream of water flew from his staff and hit the centre of the flaming ball. Magica watched as the flames were extinguished within the orb. What was left was a round neon blue glowing orb the size of a balloon. Okay. And yeah, I am just going to keep calling her Magica because for some reason I can't get my brain to register the other word properly. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you, Magica is the name of a witch in DuckTales. I liked the 2017 version of DuckTales quite a lot. Mostly because David Tennant plays Scrooge McDuck. There's a tree there, I can't walk through trees. Mostly because David Tennant plays Scrooge McDuck and does a very good job of it. I mean, it's not hard for him to be Scottish and charming, because he's already Scottish and charming. So, but yeah, it's a very good show, I highly recommend. It's much better than the 90s version. I say 90s. I think it was actually in the 80s, wasn't it? I don't remember. Oh, there's our crossbow. It was somewhere around there. But yeah, I think it's worth a watch. I would say it's worth a watch. There we are. We blew up a barrel just because fuck barrels. So yeah. The 90s version, anyway, it's not very good. That's what I was actually trying to say. It's very, like, I think the main problem I find is that the three ducks, the trio of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they have, like, no personalities separate from one another. And I'm not saying that, that triplets won't share some certain traits. They might do. I'm not an expert in family structures or anything like that, but... You know, I feel like they would at least develop separate traits, and the 2017 version actually made them into characters, which is good. Obviously, by now we've got better standards. Look, there's a boat over there. That's our boat. Would have been nice if we could have made that whole journey ourselves, rather than just getting teleported up eventually. I do like a game that just lets you explore its world. Oh look, a story thing over there. I haven't missed any, have I? I hope not, because if I have, this bit might not make sense. Let's have a look. There, called out Marco. No energy shall leave our village. Magica turned to him. No, you are wrong. He gazed at her in anger. She turned to She turned and pointed her staff to the orb. Behold, this is the soul orb. It shall continue on its journey, finding its purpose. With that, the soul orb rose into the air, banked sharply to the left, and escaped the village. Okay. I guess that's why we have to find it. There's a gargoyle over there. Shh. Be very, very quiet. If you shoot these, you get, like, trophies. Well, you say, yeah, you get a trophy. Like, each level has a gargoyle in it, so... Well, each level, once you get the crossbow, has a gargoyle in it. Actually, I don't know. The previous one might have had one, and there might have been a secret crossbow to find. I don't know, and I don't care that much. So, oh look, another story bit. I am going to stop hitting those in a minute, because this is... They're not exactly thrilling, but... Maybe, again, I would have just preferred if we actually got to experience this story rather than just getting told it by... I don't know, is that a gear? A stump? Who knows? The High Wizards looked after it. What just happened? Yelled Marco. Why, you provided the last bit of the spell. Thank you very much. She glared. I was going to try and do a Magicka Dispel voice, but I couldn't, so that's what I ended up doing. She glared at him and smiled. He wasn't certain whether to laugh, cry, or yell, so instead, he went with the other High Wizards to the local pub for a pint of ale. I don't know why I find that amusing. It's like, he got pissed off, so he fucked off to the pub. Fair enough. Fair enough. I thought that was a penguin in a top hat, but no, that's a potion bottle. I missed these on my first time playing. I didn't realise they were there, so at least I'm noticing them now, even if I'm really bad at noticing what they are. Oh, I'm expert at video games. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's going all dark. Okay, another level transition. Fair enough, fair enough. Ugh, itchy face. Chapter 2, The Tyrant's... Oh, that was Chapter 1 we were still in. I thought we'd switch to Chapter 2. Look, a nice little kingdom. Oh, I just walked... I walked off a cliff because I was too busy... focusing on a nice little kingdom down there. I say nice. It looks alright, doesn't it? So let's have a look. Where we go? We've just come from that way, I think. Yeah, we've just come from that way. So if you do try to go back, you just get harshly turned around. Where's my crossbow? Did I have a crossbow? I did. I remember it. Oh, let's see. The king sat upon his throne holding a heavy staff in his hand. He thumped the floor with it. That's rude. There were several people in attendance. There were no chairs. They uncomfortably sat up straight. To view... What? Several people... They were sat on the floor. Sorry, I pictured them standing up. I forgot you could sit on the floor. Send in the next one, the king commanded. A knight dragged in a male prisoner. Okay. It's very important we know he's male. We better hear about his penis, that's all I'm saying. Castle. What is his crime? He asked while his advisor stood to the side looking nervous. The knight explained. This man stole bread from the market. I'm picturing he's got a helmet on, so he's like, that's what his voice is. The prisoner managed to quickly bow to the king, then stood up straight. My dear king, my family is starving. It's not safe in the fields. The workers are being attacked while you do nothing. That's what that worker sounds like. I'm going to try and do silly voices for these now, because I'm having fun doing it. So I hope you're enjoying it, because I've got to make this video entertaining. Oh, you can't jump, by the way. I keep forgetting that you can't jump. I just pressed X. I've pressed all the buttons. It's like, you can run and move and look around. That's all you can do until you get the crossbow back. The advisor stepped forward. My king, our villagers are starving. I suggest some leniency here. The king thought it through. There had been a day when a thief would be sent his way with food and a promise he'd never do it again. But that was in the past. Sorry, I stopped reading and I just couldn't read for a second. That was in the past. The villagers were getting out of control. Soon no one would obey him and his poor kingdom would fall. Well, fucking sort the problems out in your kingdom, and your kingdom would probably stay up a little longer. I mean, eventually, yeah, most nations will fall or be absorbed or change, but hey, who knows? Obviously, I'm not an expert on history, so yeah. You shall spend 3 weeks doing hard labour. You'll be getting free provisions during that time. The knight grabbed the prisoner's arm and hauled him away. But sir, what about my family? He cried out. He could look after himself, but his poor wife and children. Are there any other complaints today, or is that it? The king asked his advisor. Okay, we'll hit that one down there as well. I'm going to have to try and remember all the voices. The king's got a sort of voice. The advisor's got a yeah sort of voice. So I'm going to have to remember this. Okay. Advi sadly nodded to the negative. Who's Advi? Is that the name of the advisor? Oh, is that advisor? Sure. Okay. The day is done, your highness. But what about my concern? Oh wait, that's the village. That's a different villager. We need a new voice for him. But what about my concern, governor? Called a villager in the distance. Or mine, called another one. Silence, called the advisor. Time is up for today. You may return tomorrow. I feel like that's sort of a Palpatine-ish sort of voice. Screw it, the advisor is Palpatine if he appears again. Several people in the audience groaned. Well, yeah, I'd be pretty pissed off. I'm loving this bit of level here, how it just looks like someone grabbed some level assets and made them into a vaguely cave sort of thing. Like, maybe it's just I've seen so many games on Steam that have levels that look like that, but I know it's not a big deal. It's like, you know, oh look, there's a werewolf. I love these werewolves because they're like the most unobservant motherfuckers in history. They just shot him in the arse here. What does he do? Fuck all. There you go. There was 2 bolts and it killed him. The last time I played it was 3 bolts to kill him. Let's have a look at him, shall we? Look at that. Oh, look at that. That's quite funny. It's the little jump he does when he dies, which makes me chuckle. There's another one around the corner here. Now, if you do move while you're trying to shoot your crossbow, you suffer a massive accuracy penalty. There you go, I hit him. I'm sorry, but it's just never not funny to me. I mean, these werewolves, they're not posing much of a threat to us. I haven't been attacked by them once in the time I've been playing this game. I played it for like 20 minutes the other day with the whole sneezing fit going on, so there is that. It's just important to note that they're not the most threatening things. Everything's all broken up in here. I like that these houses don't have beds or anything. Ooh, dry throat again. Excuse me. You know what? I'm going to stand away from the mic for a second. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. Phlegm. It's nasty. Ugh, I'm back. I mean, you probably heard that. I was very loud. Like, even if I stood away from the microphone, that's very loud. One thing you may also notice about a lot of these houses is that they're the same house. There's like 2 house models that we can enter, and they are identical. Like, the interior changes, but the exterior to me is distinctive enough that it's really noticeable. Anyway, let's push forward. We've got a green gateway here. Hooray. We do have to just keep running because otherwise it takes forever to get anywhere. Why can't this just be our default speed? What a blackguard, called a voice. The king looked around for the traitor but couldn't figure out who had called those words. He shrugged. The king tossed his gold staff to the ground. Then a banquet it is! Advi looked sadly down at the golden staff that held enough gold to feed the entire village for 10 years. He felt that the village council had lasted only minutes. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. The king's got a golden staff that could literally feed his people. Yeah, with the combined value of it, but does he... whatever. Oh god, I hate monarchies. No, there's going to be like more dangers soon. I know that much. Gotta watch out for more werewolves. Look, there's another story thing. Let's hit this one as well. Screw it. We'll keep going. The staff lay there forgotten. Advi looked down. He supposed he'd better lock it up, otherwise his life would be on the line if it's become lost, would it? Oh, okay. Advi picked her up and carried her outside. It would go back to the treasure tower. As he walked, he found an extra sun-bright day. The sun extra bright that day. So my brain is giving up on me. I'm just not that interested in this, to be honest. He held up his arm to protect his eyes. He kept walking, then felt his eyes burning. Okay. We'll do another couple of those, but I'm probably just going to start skipping them in a minute, because this isn't the best way to deliver narrative to your player. Like, it's not... It's alright to let your player piece things together, but when you just, like, put these points around your map and say, here's the story. Right, there's a werewolf. I got him in the leg, so that's better than nothing, isn't it? That one missed. You can't crouch or anything. It's like... that noise he made. Oh, game of the year. Game of the year. Obviously, I'm being very sarcastic when I say that. Look, another werewolf. It's not a good game. It's not a very good game. It's very not that good. Let's at least give him a fucking chance to see me. Come on. Come on, I'm over here. Right here. There you go. Oh, the music's got all dramatic now. Oh, look at his silly little face. There is another werewolf somewhere. Now that music sounds really dramatic, but look, he's not even... He doesn't give a fuck. Like, he'll get hit, he'll run a little bit, and I think it was a mistake giving you, like, a ranged weapon. Because it's so easy to just take these werewolves out with absolutely no threat to you. Maybe it'll get different later, maybe it'll change later, but, that's a point. Can we... General... Oh, it's on very easy, that's why. Oh. Okay, so we've got extremely easy, very easy, or easy as our difficulties. Okay. I guess we'll put it to easy to make it slightly harder. Let's see if that affects anything. Doesn't it, like, why bother? Why bother with, like... Okay. Like, obviously you want the game to be easy, that's fine. Just, what's the point of having a difficulty setting then? Oh, look, there's one of those things. Let's hit it and find out what. Then he saw the bright blue orb flash near his head. What the? He watched as the orb connected with the red stone at the tip of the staff. A purple colour lit up the royal yard. He quickly closed his eyes. When he opened them again, the bright orb was gone. And if he checked the ruby stone at the tip of the staff, it was warm, but left no signs of the soul orb. Okay. Yeah, this is actually just getting boring. I'm not going to hit the next one. That's it. That's all the story we're getting for now. Like, they should have integrated it a little bit better. I mean, this feels like backstory anyway, so... Like, our actual story is what we're doing now. We're wandering around looking for the soul orb. I don't know who we are. We've been given no... Excuse me. Oh, God. We've been given no indication, so... Maybe one of these things will tell us, but I don't want to keep hitting them, because I just... This is not how I absorb, like, information. I don't remember anything that's been told to me so far. No, I missed. Hold on. Like, I thought that if we raised it to easy from very easy, maybe at the very least when we hit a werewolf, it would, like, respond to our presence. But all he really seems to do is just, like, wobble a little bit. No, he changed direction. Can't very effectively snipe. They just sort of walk around with no real goal in mind. So, yeah, it's, it really does feel like they've just been dumped into the map for the sake of there being enemies to kill. See, that one took 2 bolts. I guess it depends where you hit them. Like, if you hit them in, like, center of mass, like, not in the arm, they go down faster. There you go. Not exactly Dark Souls, is it? You know. Let's search this house, see if there's anything worth taking. I can't remember if there's something in here or not. I think there's a demon statue. Yep, I was right. Yeah, I got another demon statue. There's nothing else to really see around here, is there? It's all... Fair enough. Just keep pushing forward, I suppose. Keep pushing forward. Oh. Okay, I guess we're doing this bit now. Yay. Okay, the king saw the... No, the villagers saw the king's advisor and scattered, but Advi had... Advi the advisor. You know what? Yeah, I just don't want to do that anymore. Look, a gargoyle. I don't know why I'm shooting them. I just think I'm being a dick to them, but I've got a Reddit alert on my phone. I'm gonna have a look. It's just someone's posted in a group that I go to. I don't know why it tells me that. Like, I don't need like pop-up notifications telling me that someone's done that. Chapter 3, meeting Alexander. Alexander's dream. You know. So we are Alexander, by the way.
Hello, Alexander. It's time to find me. What an easy life you lead. I am the soul orb. I'm newly born and uncertain where to begin. I thought these caverns would be a waste of time, but I've been floating through, hoping to meet someone to help me.
So they've obviously got a voice actor.
I just happened to float over your sleeping form when I saw those werewolves.
Yep,
I hope you are safe from them while you rest, though. I dare say their claws might get you.
Yeah, you don't have much to worry about there, mate. The werewolves,
I know you can hear me, and I believe you can help me. Wow, you look so tired, like you've been fighting an army of werewolves.
Fighting is a very strong word. That...
Anyway, enough rest. Now, it is time for you to come find me, the soul orb, in these caverns. I have a head start, so I hope you can catch up.
Okay. So, yeah, that's the soul orb. It just came in and said, hey, here's what you're supposed to do. Let's do an Evil Wizard's Plot, Chapter 4. Let's go, shall we? We can't go that way. But there are floating plants and rocks, because apparently making sure things line up with the floor just wasn't the biggest deal. Nice little village going on here. Let's have an investigation, shall we? Because there's another crossbow here somewhere, and wait, it might have been in that house. No, I don't think it is this house, but like, I'll check it. No, okay. The crossbow I'm thinking of is probably in the furthest away house, so we'll search each of them just to be safe. But cool, the war doesn't kill us instantly. I thought it would. We'll just search each of these identical houses. Oh, there's a demon. Normally you'd be hearing the trophy bling sound from the mic, but I've already got the trophies, so you won't. I'll stick up a screenshot of the trophies collected from this game so you can see I'm not just telling fibs. I'm not a fibber. I only tell truths. Mostly. That's a tree. Let's go inside this. This house is full of rocks. I guess this was the village rock storage. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh look, there it is. Crossbow bolts can now pierce the werewolves into. Okay, basically it just goes. It's armor-piercing crossbow. Fair enough. Doesn't seem to look any different, or maybe it does, and I just don't pay that much attention to it. But cool, we've now got an upgrade to our crossbow. You know, I was playing Fallout 4 on the Xbone, and I downloaded a crossbow mod for it. It was quite good. They use the laser musket thing where you have to crank the gun to reload it. But yeah, it was quite good. I liked it. You could do a lot of mods to the crossbow as well. Always good. Makes me wish that a lot of this stuff was just in the base game, you know, because like modders put so much work into that. They put so much work into making Fallout 4 good. And while I appreciate the hell out of it, I really think that should have been Bethesda's job. Making the game, like, because if I remove all my mods, like even the Creation Club stuff that I was dumb enough to pay for, if I remove all of that, the base game is utterly boring. Like, it looks lifeless. It feels like some of the extra quests that you get added by mods are just they add flavour and oh look, there's a werewolf. Let's stop talking about Fallout 4 and hunt a werewolf. Wait, stop moving. Is he just roaring at me, or is... I guess these are just the noises they make. Did that hit him? So if he gets hit, he backs off a little bit. There you go. Like, you're not exactly doing your species a credit there, mate. Look, there are multiple werewolves in one place. Let's see if we can line them up and pierce them. Probably not. I got him in the tail. That's like a critical hit on a werewolf, I think. Oh, this still is tedious. Like, surely they could have done more to make this a little bit like I only paid a $5 for this game, so it's not like I'm out a lot of money when it's shit. But you know, it's like just a little more. Like, if you can't do combat in a game, that's fine. But this is such a cheap way to do it. Oh, this one might actually get me. No? Okay. I fired at the last minute. And I got him, fair enough. I was actually kind of worried for a second there that this one might kill me, but no. No, I was able to survive through my epic gamer skills. So look at me go. I wonder who the studio is who made this. I might look them up and see if they've done anything else, or if this really is like a first game. Because some studios with their first game, they do really well. I mean, I was playing the Entropy Center this week, and it's the first game by its studio, and it's bloody fantastic. But not everyone is an expert game designer. Not everyone even really has the basic talent to do it properly. So, and I don't mean that in a harsh way. There are just some things we are just not good at, and that's fine. But oh look, I'm just not doing that. I can't be asked. Right, so we can use the crossbow on that switch over there. Now you'll notice that the bolt didn't touch it in the slightest, but the game doesn't give a fuck. Which is good. Which is good. If I got killed there because I'd accidentally walked into the water after fighting all those vicious werewolves, well, would have been a blow to the old morale, it would have been. Nice little tree. Like, some of these bits are quite... I can't tell if these are just pre-bought assets or if they were designed by the dev themselves, but credit where credit is due, the assets themselves are fine. Like, I don't mind them. Everything looks consistent, so... You know, that's all you can ask for, really. We can ask for a lot more, but, like, the bare minimum is your game has to make sure... You have to make sure everything in your game looks consistent. Imagine if you watched like a film that swapped like styles every 2 minutes. It'd be fucking boring. Okay, we got a bit of a big old house here, but we put our crossbow away, so we're obviously not in danger anymore. I mean, if we were ever in danger to begin with, but I mean, I don't know. That werewolf did nearly get me, but I don't know if it'd be a one-hit kill thing or. What's in here? There must be something in here. Oh, demon statue. There you go. Oh, I got demon 5. I didn't get that one before. Yay. I could have just gone through that door, couldn't I? I didn't even see that door there to begin with. Anyway, pushing forwards. We'll play for a little bit longer. I do have some things I want to get finished today. Got to record my script for this week. And I've got some college work to finish, so yeah, we won't. It's another one of those bits where it just like stuck a flat roof on some rocks to make something. Like, I don't know what it is about this, but it just doesn't look good to me. That one's blue. Let's go see that one. Well, we've got our crossbow back, so we obviously need it. What's this do? Okay. So we obviously need to maybe we just have to shoot it from, like, on high. We'll see what happens. Again, more rocks that are just not aligned with the floor in any way. We can't shoot it because that rock is in the way. Unless we've got to shoot the bridge maybe to keep it in place. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, okay. That's the whole puzzle. It was stand on that and shoot that. Fair enough, fair enough. We can push forward. Unless it's timed and it just flies back up. No? Awesome. We are running through the woods, Yep, thick grass that we physically can't move through. Fair enough. I don't like walking through particularly thick grass either. It gets my things wet. Oh, hello. The look on his face. Just stand here and shoot him, shall I? Well, the game wants this to be a really epic encounter with werewolves, but, like, seriously, when everything looks like this... Again, I said that the assets themselves are fine, and they are fine. They all look like they belong together, but that is such a video game way of designing things, if that makes sense. Like, oh look, there's another house full of rocks. Do you reckon these houses are actually here for us to hide in so that we can avoid werewolves, or they just feel like they've been stamped in randomly? So I fired a non-existent bolt there. Chapter 5. We made it to Chapter 5. Look at us go. The investigation. We won't play much. I think we'll try and get through as much of this chapter as possible, and then we'll stop. I think that'll be a good stopping point. So, got our crossbow out. That could either mean werewolves or puzzles. Let's figure it out together, shall we? No werewolf. Okay. Oh. I don't know what that one did, but it didn't seem to do anything, so let's go this way. Because our dude couldn't possibly just, you know, use his arm. What did that do? Oh, mate, maybe we had to hit both the switches, and that's opening it. In sequence, maybe? I don't know. Maybe there is a way that way, and I just haven't paid enough attention to it. Maybe it's like a timed thing. There you go. It was a timed thing. Oh, there's a werewolf there. I didn't think that'd hit him. I thought that would hit the wall there for a second, but that one overshot by quite a lot, didn't it? Fuck off. I feel like that I should have done that properly, but oh no, werewolf! Haha! What are you gonna do now, buddy? Oh yeah, the epic music is going for it. Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to avoid these guys. And like, what, my 5 chapters in, and the biggest danger I had, the closest call I had was like a minute ago in the outside where the werewolf nearly got me. But like, even then, even then. There's one. Come on, buddy. Where'd he go? I'm obviously not going to go into a dark room with a werewolf. That, oh, there it is. Got him in the foot. Wait, he's gone. Okay. No, wait, there he was. I saw him a second ago. There you go. You find a fucking moment in your schedule there, mate. Fucking werewolves, man. They have no respect. I'm guessing there's a reason that there are just random werewolves everywhere. Maybe it's just because they're a fantasy video game enemy and that's what the dev wanted for us. Why was there just a random fucking window in here? Who builds things like this? And what's keeping those in motion? Oh, I fell. I thought I would just be able to, like, you know... Maybe we do have to wait for it to be closer to the side and then move. Let's have a figure it out, shall we? There you go. Oh, that's a moon and a thing. I didn't mistake that one for something it wasn't, at least. Anything up here? No, that's just an alternate route. Alternate route. That is the least convincing glass breaking I've ever seen. I'm just gonna say it. Werewolves down there? No. I mean, I'm gonna proceed with sort of level of caution. I mean, I've not been attacked by the werewolves yet. Like, I've not taken damage from them, but like, that's no reason not to be cautious. They could be very scary and dangerous. They are very scary werewolves. Oh look, there's a werewolf. Haha. It's not exactly the most fun game, is it? Like, I'm not having a great time. I'm not having the worst possible time. Like, I've definitely played worse games in my life, but... There you go. There's like 4 of them in here, blimey. It's Werewolf Central. Oh, I missed that one. Given how slow this feels, like this music does not line up properly with it. This almost feels like epic adventure music, where you're like going, you've just left your fantasy village, you've got on your horse, and you're going for it. But no, this is I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's just that they found a cool music track they like and stuck it in because it's a cool music track. I think our dude might be naked. Just the way... doesn't seem to have like a shirt on at the very least. So I like to picture he's running around with his dingleberries hanging out. Because I'm just that dirty and depraved. I think I've run out of things I actually want to say, to be honest. Like it's a 3D puzzle game with werewolves in it. That's fine for the soul orb. As I say, we'll push on just a little bit further. We'll see if we can beat the chapter, but after that, we'll be done here. Again, I've not had a horrible time. It's not a horrible game. It's just not that interesting. Although I will say, one of the worst things a game can be is boring. Like, if you've got a shit game, at least you've got something to talk about, you know? When you've got a boring game, you've just nothing to say. There we go, we made it. Chapter 6 we got to, so... Let me nose. Ah, excuse me. So, this has been Find the Soul Orb. It's, you know, it's alright, I guess. Like, there really isn't anything substantial I can say about a game like this. It's very basic. It feels really slow. The puzzles so far, they've existed. Maybe they get better, but we're chapter 6 now. They should have gotten better sooner. The enemy encounters don't leave much to the imagination, and yeah, some of the visuals are a little bit fucky. Oh yeah, the story. The way the game delivers a story through these pedestals, it's not something I personally engage with. Still, I have seen worse games available on the PlayStation, and for a £5, you get what you pay for.